Hey everyone, it's Suzi here, and today we're playing King Arthur Legends Rise. For today's video, I want to give you guys a little bit of important advice, especially if you're a brand new player. Max a non-legendary first. Alright, so actually max maybe 2 non-legendaries first. And I say this unless you are a crazy kraken buying all the easy resources to just immediately level up people, which I don't even know if you can really do that easily or not. If you're buying a shit ton of stamina and letting your game farm like crazy, and your non-stop game is open 24/7 grinding, maybe you could get away with a legendary. But what I want to actually mention is the reality of building heroes first for your account. Now, my account is 30 days old as of this moment, and the first 2 heroes that I took up to 6-star and like to level 58, 59 because it's expensive, it takes all your gold, and you can get levels while farming. You don't have to take them all the way to 60. But the 6-star is the important part. Well, Anguish was second. K was first. Now, my K, I just 6-starred again. I actually had reset her to build some other stuff, but we'll talk about that too. Yeah, she is incredible. So you get K as part of the story, right? She joins you, and you can use her almost everywhere. She has a really great kit. She brings an attack increase to other stag allies, like Tristan, who we also get for free. She charges their attack gauge, which is really interesting, so keep that in mind if you find yourself like trying to do a speed tune and you get out of order. She also does all of this at the start of the battle. Invasion rate increase, accuracy increase, and crit damage increase as well with her passive. But it's really about this great weapon relic that she comes with, the Storm Relic. So she does this AoE that hits 4 times. Really, really cool, and she could do extra damage with the last couple of hits. This is great. Her second skill hits 4 times as well, and her basic attack, even better, hits 5 times. So with that in mind, you might already have some things that you can think of that she might be pretty useful for. She's going to be amazing for clearing any of your story campaigns, your adventure campaigns, Forbidden Dungeon, and honestly anything where you want multiple hits because, well, she's going to give them to you in the form of an AoE or a basic attack that hits 5 times, aka Penvid, the boss that is the piggy and a really important place to farm. She is going to be a top tier option everywhere. Now, along with her comes great chivalry. So she increases the attack gauge boost there. Let's see, using skill 1 charges her attack gauge. So she's just going to constantly be going more and more and more and using her basic attack. She's a really great hero to set to be like your vigor recharger in a boss like Penvid because you can just keep using her basic attack to help take down the shield from the boss that requires a whole bunch of ticks, right? A lot of hits. And she can make that really easy and not waste your vigor by having to use the second or third skill. And that's something to keep in mind because putting a vigor set on everybody can be fun, but you'd rather have someone in a pure damage set maybe. Okay, when it comes to sets, I would say you want to get her like in an attack set or crit and crit damage sets, but really the second set you should be counter. So the counter attack set allows her to counter attack when she gets hit. So this is really great for Penvid, and she's already a perfect Penvid machine with her basic attack, so you might as well just add on counter should be on every hero that you're putting into the Penvid boss. Why not? It's extra hits to help take down the shield even faster. So she's really going to excel with that. So I think honestly counter and a really solid attack set is probably the way to go, especially early on. Just don't forget you can farm these actually pretty easily, even just the 3 and 4-star gear. Just do it. Do the thing. Just make it. It's good. It's helpful. And even still, I have 2 and 3 and 4-star gear on my account, and I've played for 30 days, so don't judge me there. All right, so that's one character that's really strong to start with. Another character that's strong to start with, and we're going to talk about why not the legendaries, don't worry. But also Anguish. So Anguish is someone I use everywhere. He's so good. He brings so much damage over time. He boosts his own accuracy, so you don't have to build him with a crazy amount of accuracy. And he can even grant a damage taken increase when they're under dots. On his 3rd skill. And he's the guy who you're going to want to use the 3rd skill for. So his frost weapon is very good. This brings chill and he hits 5 times. So this is really super fun, honestly. It's a really great weapon. That's the one he comes with. So it's a 5-hitter. It's another character you can use for pushing your Penvid boss, making him use his 3rd skill and his 1st skill only, and making Kay use her 1st skill only, and then whoever else you're using as healer, and then whatever Tristan, who's also free, or Morgan, who's also free for the other multi-hits, right? And there's your Penvid team, job done, that can go all the way to stage 10. And he doesn't lose value at all. Neither does Kay, even though I know I said I reset her. But he is still so good. You can use him for this setup with the end game Gorgos boss. So Gorgos is all about these damage over time skills, right? So with damage over time in mind, let me click this one because you can actually see all the different damage over time skills. This just allows him to be useful in the more end game type content when you need someone who can place a whole bunch of dots. And there's going to be times where heroes maybe cannot take damage. Like there's a Merlin boss that you're going to encounter in some story stuff. And you can beat him even though he can't take damage. He will take damage to damage over time, with damage over time. And damage over time also hurts a shield value. So if someone puts up a shield, it actually makes it decreases its value. So that's really interesting too in this game. And when it comes to him, I think he's actually in decent equipment for my account, yeah. So vigor and accuracy are the way to go for him. You want him to still have solid accuracy, and then you're going to want to make sure he's just, I guess going fast enough to, depending on what boss you're using. And it's just all about applying the dots. That's it. At the end of the day, he just got to apply the dots. And that's his only job. And these two characters, Kay and... Oops, let's go. Wait, where can we go? Here. Kay and Anguish can carry you as the main source of DPS for so much of the game. And then you just insert extra support, insert extra whatever, depending on what you pulled on your account, and you're going to have a really solid team. So this is why I'm saying to choose them, because they're a lot cheaper to build. So let's take a Rosier, however you say your name. If you want to take her to 5-star, from 5-star to 6-star, it takes 25 of these bad boys, 30 of these, and 5 of these. Okay, not too bad, right? Also, their skill ups are easier to farm, their awakenings are cheaper to farm, and their chivalry is definitely easier to farm or get just from events, whatever. The relics are easier to upgrade, they're cheaper to upgrade a relic. So I guess there's an example here, maybe awakening a relic once you get to that point. This is 5 out of 10, right? Advancing a relic by stars takes only 7 to get their 2-star. Okay, you can kind of see where the rare is at, right? To get a 6-star. Now let's look at a legendary that I have not 6-starred yet. Okay, Lancelot or Sigrid. She's super cool. Let's look at her. Okay, let's take her to 6-star. It's double, 60 of these, 10 of these, 50 of these. It's literally double the resources to max out a legendary hero. So why? If you can push the content with 2 heroes for the price of 1, that should be the decision you make for the very early stages. I had Merlin. I had Lancelot. Lancelot could be a better version of Anguish for damage over time in some cases. not all though. But I still chose to build Anguish and K over them first, which I definitely don't regret. That's the good thing too. This game does give you these reset tokens. So for me, what I decided was when I was finally ready to build my Bedivere that I pulled, I reset K. No shame. She got me pretty far, right? It's okay. I used her, and now I really want to get her back because as soon as I reset her, I realized I could have really used her. I regretted resetting her because I would have loved to have her in Penvid with this 5-hitter to help me recharge and do Penvid 10 a lot easier. And I was not able to do Penvid 10 before the event we had ended, which was really sad. And I think if I had K, it might have been what pushed me over, actually. Just the survivability is hard, but man, a basic attack with a 5-hitter, it's just huge. So this is just a friendly reminder to ignore the shiny for a moment. Now, okay, I will admit, Merlin was my first 6-star after those two. That was a first 6-star that was a legendary. Okay. So he was my third character I 6-starred. However, I kind of regret that. If in hindsight, I would have taken Isolde and Clementine, or Isolde and Sarah, or Clementine and Sarah. Actually, no, Isolde for sure, because she is huge for dealing with burns and stuff right away. But if you have Merlin, you don't have to worry about that with a 3-man Gorgos team, but that's another video coming very, very soon. Anyway, but I kind of wish I didn't do Merlin first as a legendary. I wish I waited till I did 2 more rares instead. So imagine having 4 6-stars instead of 2. It's huge. So the resources, just that is what it is. You're going to notice that with everything too. It's not just, like I said, it's not just that. It's the relics too. They take more resources to advance, double the resources to awaken. Everything is just double, 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 and harder to get. So if you're going to be smart early on, use the strong rares and even the uncommons like Dejiret. So he's going to be amazing for Gorgos or anywhere you need a debuff cleanse or a boost of your attack gauge. He does come with the Storm artifact, which is weak against Gorgos. However, if you pull the Frost one or buy this from your relic shop, it's worth it. He's top tier, and he still is top tier even with this. He's just going to be a little bit squishier. But don't underestimate the power of rares and uncommons in this game. And unless you are an absolute kraken buying out all the resources to make leveling easier, don't level a legendary as your first 6-star.